The first episode in a year, Demon Slayer Season 4 Episode 1 gives fans exactly what they want, namely stylish action in the opening scene and an extended runtime. However, not everyone can withstand the downturn. Even halfway through, it was frustratingly clear that the episode wanted to use its extra screen time to tie up last season's loose ends, among other things. The audience had additional puzzles at hand. The Season 4 pilot dealt with them before fully investing in the latest Demon Slayer arc. The story begins in media when Snake Hashira, Abanai Iguro, and Wind Hashira, Sanemi Shinazugawa confidently enter the enemy's house. However, they discover that something worse is at play. This is the first time the Corps approaches the demon's hideout, which makes this opening hook all the more precious. It was also the point where the episode dropped in intensity, especially after an explosive start worthy of the show's modus operandi. While the runtime is partially to blame for these extended scenes, the episode's need to adapt 2 manga chapters slows it down overall. The story jumped between a recovering Tanjiro enjoying downtime and Hashira meeting to decide the future of the Force. It created a tonal dichotomy of silly fun and grim seriousness. On the one hand, the audience laughs at Inosuke bursting through the window, or Zenitsu learns that Nezuko can talk. In contrast, the hidden shadow of Muzan and the mystery of the sign keep the story focused on the whole. Unfortunately, the slowness of Hashira's scenes lulls the episode into a twisted state. Demon Slayer Season 4 Episode 1 has no plot. The episode is mostly exposition, spending too much time explaining things instead of letting events take their turn or speak for themselves. Honestly, everything the characters talk about adds to the story of the world while also explaining the aftermath of last season's destruction at Swordsmith Village. But it got to the point where it felt like the characters were talking more than doing literally anything else in this episode. The show serves as the building blocks for the goals of Season 4, especially when it comes to Ashira's training. Although none of the main characters are in training yet, there is an atmosphere of great montages and extra powers. There's also a distinct sense that this season's focus is on the build-up to the big fight rather than showdowns, which is a slight departure from the more action-packed and exciting approach of previous seasons. Not surprisingly, this divides Demon Slayer fans. Despite Hashira surpassing the series leader in terms of power and skill, they always supported the players. From Ju Tomioka, who set Tanjiro on the path to becoming a Demon Slayer, to the death of Rengoku, who inspired him to do everything, each Hashira left a mark in Tanjiro's story, even those who started him off on the wrong path. But now that Tanjiro's injuries sidelined him for the moment, Demon Slayer Season 4 Episode 1 put the burden of storytelling on Hashira. In the opening act, Abanai Iguro and Sanemi Shinazugawa took the spotlight and their arrogance and brash demeanor matched their skills with a blade. It was also a classic case of acting and not talking, as the two Ashiras showed camaraderie in their relationship, no doubt because they went on a mission together. While meeting Hashira in the story is a trivial incident on the surface, it is the best way to get to know the different personalities of the group. Hashira may have the highest rank in the Demon Slayer Corps, but their relationship has never been the best. There are stoic fighters butting heads with their stubborn counterparts while the airheads provide comic relief to prevent the situation from escalating. The audience sees this for themselves when Jill left the meeting and confronted Sanemi with his usual insolence. Before it turned into a full-fledged argument, the stony Hashira Jyomi Himajima stepped in and proved that even Hashiras have someone to keep them in line. This is by no means a nuanced feature, as the episode openly treats Water Hashira's antisocial behavior as a problem and leaves it to Tanjiro to solve. Although their role in the episode ends here, Hashira is definitely the best parts of episode 1. In complete contrast, the bromance of Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu is the healthiest part of the episode and serves as an example to others. On the outside, they may exaggerate their animosity towards each other, but it comes from healthy competition. Whether it was the bored and thick-headed Inosuke, who broke windows to show off his skills, or Zenitsu, who beamed with joy when someone thanked him, each of them was drawn to Tanjiro not because of admiration, but because they loved him unconditionally. No wonder their scenes are the heart and soul of Demon Slayer. Hashira currently has no unity. For the upcoming battles, they must learn to put aside their differences and come together as a team. They may be strong individually, but their strength means nothing when fighting demons alone. Their younger subordinates also have to learn how to kill demons.